And the first one, he is the ultimate student. He's the one who sat quietly at the back of the room, taking it all in, doing what he's told, and building a great business with no real fuss. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Michael Chin! Well done, brother. Hey.
My dancers. Oh, no, I don't. That was awesome. Paul, this morning, I was very pleasantly surprised and just amazing, very entertaining. Definitely evolution for Paul, so that was great. Awesome being up here. I can't see anyone, which is great. Very excited, also just equally as nervous, so thank you for giving me the opportunity to be up here. And as you guys could tell from my walkout music, I am from California. Again, my name is Michael Chin, in case you didn't catch it. Let's go there. Yeah, I am from California, an area called Bay Area. Other people know it as the Silicon. Yeah, where's someone up there? Yeah, the Silicon Valley, as other people know it from watching HBO shows as well. But I was lucky to be born and raised there. I love it there. I grew up being outside all the time, playing sports, being active, which really luckily led me down this path of being in physical therapy. To where I am today. I live there with my wonderful family here. Yeah, my all ladies there. So I'm a girl dad, true, and definitely outnumbered. I have a Kennedy there on my back, my 3-year-old, 3.5-year-old now. We have a little new one there, Layton. She's 10 weeks old. We have our first baby, the fur baby there, Maltipoo, Bella, giving me the kisses. And then the real CEO, of course, my wife there. Been with her, Trisha, for 10 years. Lucky to have her by my side. I'd say I've always really been interested in business, from, even before PT school, like, hey, I want to have my own thing. It'd be cool to be a business owner. I don't know if that was just the sound of it, maybe society's view of you being a business owner is, successful. But for whatever reason, that was always there. But in 2017, I had this really unshakable feeling, thought I just couldn't get out of me. And it was that thought of growth. I had an awesome job. I worked at a great clinic and good owner, supportive, and felt like a pretty good salary at that time. Worked hard and kind of got up to where I thought I'd be. But I still wasn't happy, satisfied, and I knew I was looking for more. What could I become if I challenged myself, thrown into some hard decisions, maybe some risk, trying to see what type of growth and what can Michael become. So that thought led me down to leaving and forming my own practice. Even at that time, being offered potential ownership and increased salary, it was an easy decision. As many of you guys know, it's not necessarily about that to begin with. And I left to form P3, Athletic and Physical Therapy. A lot of people ask me what the P3 stands for. I came up with a name before I met Paul, but it was Prevention, Physical Therapy, and Performance. And as many of you guys know, no one wants prevention, but that's a different story, but it works for now. I started off a 100-square-foot room, corner of a gym, and I've had the doors open, excited, had my massage table, and waiting for those patients to flock right in. And that quote, "Build it and they will come," very not true, as you guys know, and just sat there waiting, and nothing happened. So that obviously led me to being in Paul's world as well. I was in business for 1 year. 4 years in a row, so doing the same thing over and over. Simon was a very nice introduction, saying I do things I'm told at certain times. I can't, he tells you how many progress calls and coaching calls he told me to hire. It would be a lot. But we really started to grow once we started hiring a team, when I wasn't wearing all the hats. And now we have a 2,000 square foot space, kind of a mix, PT side and a gym kind of space, athletic side. I have 2 other full-time PTs. We have a admin/care coordinator, and we have a marketing assistant as well, and a part-time ops and HR person. Our clinic, we really love working with the active individual, that 40 to 50 weekend warrior, love going to the gym, just really trying to keep up with their friends and enjoying life and just feeling confident in their body, not letting them down. I'd say, like many of you guys, I think we do the PT part just fine. I do love that we try to engulf. I know Simon says it a lot too, that coffee shop that happens to do PT, we make sure that our team's laughing, enjoying the time with the clients, having those people have wins, successes in the time, and really having a great atmosphere there. So my challenges, my 2 a.m. thoughts. I'm sure you guys have heard it, and Paul talked about it this morning a little bit. But just like our clients, they're sitting there in bed. What's keeping them up at night? This question, this thought, that just this problem that they're having, and just like our clients, I had them too. And for me, it was still not enough time. And I kind of highlighted still because even at that time, I felt like I knew I was coming home late, not spending time with the family, tired, kind of irritable, disinterested. So I knew I had to make some decisions. And I did that. I was like, hey, let me get a PT and start to get out a little bit. But still, it didn't solve the problem. I was still, that time was with training them and managing the team and your finances, your marketing. So I felt like it just was this never this always this loop, this dilemma that I couldn't figure out. And with growing, I felt like that would give me more time, but that wasn't the case. That led to the next problem, which, okay, I have this PT to try to get me more time, but now our numbers aren't looking as good. So how do I get both of those things of a profitable business, get the time that I can spend with the family, have the energy, be that person that I normally am, or people are used to seeing me as? So I've been working on that, obviously, with joining the CEO, and we've had some wins in those areas. And this is the P3 by the numbers. We have a revenue increase this year of $127,438. That's a 26% increase. And then the profit above the previous year, we're at $31,732, a 75% increase. I have been able to get my hours down. Like I said, I was trying to get more time out of the clinical side so I could spend it in other areas, and I got it down to 14. We've added staff this year to help with that. So one more PT, admin, and a marketing assistant. There is some of the new team members, Desiree, a new PT a month in, Mikey, a care coordinator, just 2 months in, another PT, Julia, there. That's one of our spaces where we do some of the PT work. I'll talk a little bit about them more as well in a later slide. So one great thing about being up here and going through this process is it really gave me the opportunity to step back and kind of look at this year. I think we easily get caught up day to day and just the busyness and everything, and not kind of seeing kind of your overall evolution and changes. So for me, I look back, I have me first, optimizing Michael. I knew that I really wanted to be a better husband, family member, there for my team, a growing business, and a world-class CEO. And I know that really starts with me and how I come to the table. What gives me the best chance to make good decisions, not be emotional about what's going on. And I wanted to prioritize my physical and mental health. So there's a little picture about me just lifting weights in my garage. I try to make it as easy as possible to do the exercise, have the exercises sent to me through an app, really low barrier so that I really take care of my health there. I mentioned that the time was a big thing for me, and being around the family meant a lot. So some of the evolution this year is the increased family time and vacation time. So small things already is just picking up my daughter and dropping her off to school. So spending just those little bit of time, and obviously the evening story time as well, and then more vacation time. So there's a little picture with extended family. We did our first Disneyland trip. My daughter Kennedy was asking a lot about Disney, and we brought her. And a picture that's not there, we soon took a New York Boston trip around that time too. And I think that was a big thing where in the past I probably wouldn't have done that so close in timing, and feeling like I had to be in the business, or what are the patients or the staff going to think I'm always on vacation. But I did those trips pretty close together. My third thing there, the evolution of just more courage and confidence, as I'll talk about a little bit more. But obviously, with the challenge of those 2 a.m. questions and getting some of these things around family time and our numbers you saw, we made some decisions, which I'll talk to a little later, that gave me a little more courage. So what's next? Trading up for better problems. I think Paul says it great. It's, problems oftentimes are still there, but you hope you are making the conscious decision to trade up for them, ones that you choose. So here are the ones that I'm hopefully trading up for. Clinical hours down to 0. So the staff is already aware of it. Clients are already starting to know. So by next month, I expect to be down to 0 hours. Obviously, that'll give us a lot more time to focus on the business and all the tons of information this morning, all great stuff that we'll be looking at as well. Give more. So this is in the sense of what P3 is offering service-wise, and we are doing a price hike. But with that, we're trying to offer more. Paul actually he talked about it this morning too. But along with those packages, we're trying to show that the value of it. And with that, we're going to give basically fitness packages for all the bands, balls, any of the equipment that they need. If you do a package with us, you'll also get access to our private membership for content. We're trying to bundle that with other product discounts as well. And then we're looking at monthly membership also. The third thing there, you see, making myself less important. So I know that if I want to have the autonomy and the life to do what I want when I want, I can't be tied down to the operations, at least in that short term, day to day. And for me, it's finding the team, the systems where we can make all those operations move even when I'm not there. The fourth thing there is just the reassessing, developing, and implementing the rich life. So that, to everyone is their own thing. That could be as small as, hey, I want to be able to get my latte every morning without worrying about, money or that I'm overspending. Some, it could be the big trip, every quarter to wherever in the world. So for us, we've been a little, I guess, busy with the new addition of the family, staff members, where it's been a little more day to day, but I really love for us to kind of look, what's our vision in our life? What do we want in our rich life? And then we start to basically develop and create the business to support that, not the other way around, which I think we often do at times. All right, so what are the most important things that I've discovered this last year? The top one there is just that there are people out there with similar values who can do your job well and whom you enjoy working with. We went through a point where I had to let someone go, a care coordinator admin who's been with us for a while and really helped us grow to that point. But at that time, she wasn't the right fit for where we are in the business at that point. And, I don't know if you guys have gone through that head, but, or that thought of, if I get rid of her, can I find someone just as good, just as engaged, or someone that is just as bought into our vision and what we want to do? And then we had a PT leave 2 weeks later. That was also, we thought, a good fit for us. So